Hi friends, today I'll be talking about system validations, migrations and archiving data. In my previous lectures, which I have discussed about that how to capture clinical data or clinical trials data through electronic forms, and even we have discussed about that how to control remotely all those data and how can pass to the data into digital forms. Today, I'll be talking how to store those validated data and well performed data which have that high quality and high significance data of clinical trials, and how to make those data in our platforms in such a way we can archive the data and that can be used for a lifetime purpose. So the objective of this study is to examine the computer system qualifications as required for that validation program, and second objective is important to that how to migrate the data and what are the source of migrating the data if it's needed. Some conditions are there behind this why we need uh, migrate the data from one platform to another platforms after getting approval from the sponsors or clinical trial organizations or the organizations who are maintaining these types of data. So second objective is important is to study the migrations, which involves moving a clinical studies from one database to the another databases. So for understanding entire protocol for computer validation, CSV, computer system validations, and the migrations and the archiving of the databases, we must understand that process and procedures. And of course, we need to care about all the SOPs, standard operating procedures, which is defined for handling the data, for documenting the data, for good lab practices, for good clinical practices, and for good clinical lab practices both. And even the FDA rules are made for that, which we have discussed before about that instrumentations, validations, about that chemical validations, regions which has been used, lab certifications, analyst certifications, expertise persons, documentations, and many more. So these all type of works which is needed for validating the data computationally or digital way, we need to understand some process and procedures. So all the process have their own procedures, as we say, right? If example, if we say that even the sample collections have different procedures, right? Okay, so we need to understand first those things. So how we have to care about SOPs to handle the datas, right? And then the data should go for the quality check, quality assurance, and then it will come for the reporting, and then the task uh, starts for that computer system validations, and then next phase will be the migrations of the data hub, right? So here we will be understanding the path of workflow which need to understand, and then by keeping those things in our mind, then only we will be validating our data. So this all talks about that data and lab management, their safety, and of course for the customer service which we are doing for that, right? So part of workflow is there, starting from sample collections, personal competencies in testings and sample receipt, genotypic testing, quality assurance and quality check, and then start from record keeping and data management. These are the part of the related with that computer system validations. As then we have to make the report, right? So this entire workflow is dividing into three phases, like pre-testing phases, testing phases, and post-testing phases. Pre-testing phases will cover sample collections, personal competencies, sample received and their accessions, and the testing phase will be that genotypic testing, each individual testing genetic constituent, we say that. And then we have to also look into that qualities assurance and the quality check deals with that quality auditings, and quality assurance is that deals with that monitorings. And once it will be okay, the data will have the good quality, it's not having any redundancies, duplicacies, and everything is pakka, then only we can go for that record keeping and the data management, which is the part of that computer system validations and then reporting. So here each process have their own procedures. You can say that here is sample collections starting step 1, step 2, step 3, and many more process, and then it will get at the finishing level. And then if this is called that pre-testing phase, right? This is pre-testing, as I told you before, like in sample collections and that personal competencies and the sample receipt, that is also required to see that, and then only we'll go for the testing phases, which deals with that genotypic testings, quality assurance and quality check, and then it will go to the report keeping and data management and that reporting. So here is that all the procedures must be documented by keeping in our mind that SOPs, which is absolutely we have to take care while uh, collecting the datas, right, and reporting the datas. So what is system validations, right? Of course, system validation is of course is a computerized systems validations is the documented process, we need to understand, of assuring that a computerized system does exactly what it is been asked or designed to do in a consistent and a reproducible manner, right? So why this system validation is required? So more important is that, right? So data should have that uh, consistencies characters, right? That data can be referred for a lifelongs, right? That is that, and it should be reproducible manner also, right? Whenever is required, it can be used. So computer system validations, it's a like a product for that for any organizations who deal the clinical research. So this of course deals with that as a product, and their development, manufacturing and distributions are required considerably investment in both time and cost, right? And that's why that computerizations has become the key improving operational efficiencies. So as in my previous lectures I have discussed about that, why do we need this digital or electronic forms data, right? Capturing systems, because it reduces the cost and the time, right? Okay, so in beginnings the people were documenting their clinical trials data in terms of paper form, right? That's you can say that paper case report forms. So after that, the computer systems or digital system has come in origins after 1980s. So the main objective of this entire CSV, computer system validation, to examine the computer system qualifications, which is required for validation programs in regulatory pharma industries, providing guidance and references on regulatory requirements, right? Validation methodology and the documentations. So what is the regulatory requirements? So of course, regulatory requirement is defined well as a FDA rules for all these things relate pertaining to that all clinical trials, right? To happen in particular labs, right? So all these things are clearly defined. So if you say that the CSV, of course, as I told you that it's a well-defined rules and it has been established on 1997s and which has been indicated to achieve the following goals that time in 2002. So what was the goals? This is the little background history about this. Like all these things should be submitted officially and in electronic forms, and it should make in archiving forms in a one place to store all this data, right? So after that it has been introduced like all the clinical trials data should be submitted in electronic forms. At that times, of course, it was a desktop computers were there, and some tools has been designed and built for analyzing those datas, right? So and it has been asked that time everything should be like in online for that public. So what is that computer applications in pharmaceutical technology? If we see that how the data is converted into that information, that information converted into the knowledge, and knowledge can be used for a product development. That what do you say? That knowledge can be used for that product development. So in that aspect, two system has been created. That time it was one for the data information system, and then another was the management information systems, right? And in that itself it was like designed in such a way that was like a hub for the problem solving applications, right? And many communications aids and many laboratories has been introduced for the automations, right? And then process controls and clinical trials. So these are the applications of like computers in pharmaceutical technologies, right? So as I told you, many act has been like formed for this. Many clauses are there for the good clinical practices. So good clinical practices 5.5.3 says that when using the electronic trials data handling and then or remote access electronic data systems, the sponsor should be who is financing for entire clinical trial studies, that a sponsor should ensure that document that are in electronic data processing systems conform to the sponsor's established requirement for completeness, accuracy, reliability, and consistent intended performance and their validation. So of course, if we see that how the data is starting right from planning, designing, managing, right, and the reporting, filing. So all these things must be validated. So that we say in computer system is the performance. And later some addendum has been introduced for pertaining to the risk assessment. All right. So that things need to be followed for doing the computer system validations. So what things we have to take care about the system validations of the data, like what to check and how. So first thing is that data validation plan we need to take care, manual check and electronic checks, query management, audit trials for queries and changes, database change if is required, some amendment should be introduced, protocol deviations if any is there, right? That things need to take care, and that should be entertained with that defined protocols, right? What are the defined protocols in the clinical trial for entertaining any queries, right? That already we have discussed before. And of course maintaining the blinding, right? That things also we have to assure, right? Blinding is type of where even the patients and that researchers doesn't know what type of clinical trials is going on. So now I was talking about the management information systems, right? Why management information system should be introduced in that. So MIS functions must specify the following thing. First thing is that restricted usage should be there, right? Some authorized person should be used the MIS systems. Operating key should be checked for enormous inputs, right? In terms of like always we have to check what are those inputs and who are sending the inputs, what type of inputs are there, and it should be accessed by some authorized persons, and that query management and the other problems issues should be entertained at the right times. And we have to also see that review and approvals of the any data which is required, it should be well handled and well reviewed and get approval from the competent authorities of clinical trials, right? So what are the means these all the procedures are defined under the FDA regulations, right? And a part of this, computer also will alert the responsible person when it received questionable inputs, right? That also should be introduced, right? And complete audit trials for all the transactions should be also entertained. That's why this all the management information systems has been introduced. And MIS also must decide what parts to buy or what to build in house, right? And also it should practice like what the systems actually needs, right? What system actually needs, what type of data can be given as an input, what type of output is expected, and what kind of output should be taken, right? And those things should be monitored by the authorized persons, right? And some weak points and something has not been done, right? And if anything is lost, those things also should be entertained and approved, reviewed by the authorized person, competent authorities, which is defined by the sponsors, which is defined by the database administrators, data managers, project managers, right? So it's a complete hierarchies are there. So now once we have that type of data, right, how to migrate and archive the data. So what is the need of migrations? So of course we have the data in a database forms, right, or any server forms. So how to migrate the data? So some procedures are there for the migrating the data, or something like why does it need? Means if suppose that sponsor are in loss or something is required to sell those data to the another organizations. So and some data is to be verified, so verification purpose also we are migrating the data, and like that if something is there, so we need to migrate the data. For that of course the financial managements are there for this, right? So migrating the data and some resources are there to migrate the data, so we need to understand those things. So migrations involving the moving data from one platform to the another platforms, right? And it's based on the based on the client request, right? So these are the data is migrated through some agencies, right, or some protocols, or some procedures that we say the data pump. So that process is called the data pump, which export and import that entire databases, right, from one end to the another end, right. So why this data migration is required, right? Because of that archiving the data, transfer for that responsibilities, right? If some persons are like have the responsibility in one companies, if they leave the jobs, if some any emergencies has come, right? So in that case, and if suppose their responsibility has been changed, so in that case we can also migrate the data. So transfers of responsibility in terms of the if a sponsor change, if contract research organization CRO change, and moving the cloud and the hosted solutions, and the consolidations of the databases due to the acquisitions of the partnerships, due to the streaming needs and platform change also. That's why we need that data migrations. So before data migration, we need to have a set of procedures to be followed, like that we call the pre-plannings. Like we need to take care about the risk benefit analysis, about that cost, right, and about that the teams who have worked on this, and the formal communication channels and escalations plan, understand the requirement of that and the goals of that, and overall, and understand any conflicts between that two parties also, right. And these all these things you need to understand in pre-planning modes. So process for a steady migration in terms of that planning, analysis, development, dry run and testings, validations, and then productions and close out, database close out. So these terms we need to understand, that planning, right, in terms of that project validation, analysis in terms of the technicals, business and validations, development in terms of the data export, import process, installations, upgradations, testings, right, dry runs, migrations, installation, testings, and post migrations also, validations in terms of the performance, right. And that documentation testings, and then productions, go live, execute, migrations, installation in product databases, and formal documentation, and finally close the databases.